It's 8:30. Call the Commissioners meeting to order for April 24th. We have a short agenda this morning, but the first item on the agenda is public input. Daymond?
Any update on the situation with the HR director in terms of number of applicants? And,
I believe we'll be looking at those today. I believe we had 10 applicants.
And do you feel like that's enough to just kind of whittle through, or do you want to go out and put out the ad again and see if we can get another 10 or so, or are you satisfied with 10? Anyways.
Well, we'll have to see. I haven't seen them. All I know is a number. Anybody else? Anybody else? Public input? Okay. Seeing none, Commissioner Babson, have you got anything to report on?
Yes, I do. I have two things to report on. First off, after last week's meeting, I went up to the IT roundtable they had at, with the gentleman, I think his name was Mr. Roger Smith from Stratford County. I might have his name wrong, but
no, that's right.
I think I have it correct. The meeting started at 12. I got there, it was supposed to go an hour. It lasted an hour and 45 minutes. I got there approximately 1:25 because we were in a meeting here until then. He's done a really good job in Stratford County. The most I got out of it, because I was late, was that he virtually guaranteed us with the money that we have in our budget and the savings that that we can create by storing in the clouds, by changing our equipment, that we can become far more efficient. He gave some of the figures of space. They did, the Stratford County delegation gave him, from what I could get out of it, $90,000. They freed up 2,500 square feet of space that they now can use. They got rid of 45 file cabinets. Everything is out in the clouds. They can get whatever they want with a touch of the keypad. And other than that, the only suggestion I had was that perhaps we contact, or I told Melissa to contact Representative Umberger and let the delegation know that, that they can have Mr. Smith come up here and speak to them if they're willing to come down here with no meeting fee and no mileage. It would be, for a first step, it would be well worth their while listening to them. The second thing I did was I had gone over the next day to talk to Howard and about what he thought the how he thought the talk had gone, because it's going to mostly affect, the IT will mostly affect the nursing home. And while I was there, he was getting ready to go to a meeting, and I said, "Where are you going?" And he said, "We're having a lady here from Health and Human Services, who's the ombuds person, I guess is the PC correct now. And she's going to talk about the Eden approach." So I figured, well, I'd go in for a minute or two and listen to it, and then I'd go see Becky Mason and see what her thoughts were about the IT. Well, I get in there, and the 2.5 minutes ended up 2.5 hours. The Eden approach is a way of running a nursing home where the residents are treated as if they're in their own home. They can eat when they want, they can get up when they want, rather than the regulated hours that we have now. It's been a very successful program. There's now a certification program for it across the country. The doctor that started this program was a physician, and he was calling on a nursing home, and he came to the conclusion that the elderly were bored and lonely, and that we had to come up with a way to make that curtail that problem. And so he actually gave up his practice and started the Aiton approach, and it's based on contact with animals, plants, and humans. And it's a whole change in the way we operate business. Howie was there. I think he was very impressed with it. I didn't see how you could have 103 residents and be feeding them one at a time or getting them up. And the lady that did the talk said it's being done all over the country. It's no problem, and explained how it was done. And it certainly was worth listening to. And I finally left 2.5 hours later when she went home. And that was the tour that I went to.
This Roger Smith, do you know how many people he has working for him?
More than one.
Yeah. What would it cost us to do what he was recommending?
I don't know. I was there too late in the roundtable.
Okay.
That's why I suggested that he come down and talk to the delegation. But he did guarantee that with the savings that we would generate plus the money in our budget, he could do it for that or less. What we need done.
And what money in the budget is he talking about?
Well, we got our IT IT contract fee.
Okay.
We've got all of the computers that we have, all the phone. Oh, the phone system man was there also that had from the nursing home, and I was just impressed. I think it's worth following up on.
Okay. Okay. Asha, do you have anything to report on?
Well, last week we had something from the jail. We had a waiver. We got a letter Wednesday morning to waive something for security. I read quick over it. I believe I needed more time, but after the meeting, because it was incomplete, I asked some more information because there were no numbers in. So I asked how much it's going to cost and how much we're going to waive. And it was a high number. I didn't have prior knowledge to that. So I want to rescind my vote. And I think it needs to go out to bid so that other companies have an opportunity to. And maybe we do get it for less.
I don't have a copy of the quote here. I believe there was a figure attached to it.
No, there was no figure.
No figure?
No, there was nothing. That's why I went to ask last week after the meeting.
Okay.
That was basically just a request for a waive for the jail, but no numbers.
I'm unfamiliar with how you can rescind your vote.
Yeah, I can.
The only way you can
Because
do that, Mr. Chairman, is if you reconsider and vote again.
I get information now after the meeting what I didn't have prior. If I had that information before, I wouldn't vote for it to waive it.
Well, it's been a week since we voted on this, so I don't know what
yeah, but we meet
what
once
has
a
taken
week.
place. It may
I
have
don't know
taken
about-
place already. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I can ask today again.
Go ahead.
I believe the proper way to do it, since we voted on it, would be a vote to reconsider. And if that passes, then you can bring it up again and vote the way you want to.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
So if I were you, I'd ask for a motion to reconsider.
Is there a motion to reconsider
Yes.
the waiver? You make the
Yes.
motion?
Yes, I make the motion, so move.
Do I hear a second? Seeing no second, then the motion would stand as printed in the minutes. And you can make your exception in the minutes of
Yep,
today's meeting.
April comes then.
Okay?
Yep, the other question what I have, there is a box in the nursing home for the letters. Who is taking the letters now? I didn't see any letters since this year.
I don't know who is, are you getting them?
Yeah, I am.
And who do you give the letters to?
The
Have there been any?
commissioners.
Yeah.
The letters?
Yeah.
So how many letters
We haven't
did you
had
give to
any
him?
recently.
Once, since I've been here, there's only been one time there's been anything in that box, and I gave them to Kathy Gary, and I believe she gave them to you
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't get.
But I
anything.
check it once a week.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I
Point
didn't
of
get.
order. Could you introduce?
Oh, yeah. Introduce Cheryl.
Cheryl is a secretary in our office, and she's filling in just today for the minutes of today's meeting, mainly because they are very short. I think the clerk ought to report as to whatever has happened regarding finding a recording secretary.
Excuse me. I asked Deb Newland to post it on her website. And I also asked for the previous applicants because the last time we had 5 applicants and we interviewed them. And she said she couldn't find their paperwork, what they submit. So I will still, I think maybe that Laurie's cabinet has it, I don't know. So I will still ask to look for it.
Yes,
Because
Mr.
maybe
Babson?
they are available now.
Since we need a clerk so badly, I took it upon myself to check yesterday. We have 2 applicants today.
We have 2 applicants?
Yep.
Oh, okay. No, I was actually talking about, we interviewed minute takers before for the job. I believe we had 5, so I was also looking in the other applicants what we had. So we have 2 new ones.
I do not have the old ones.
We should actually put it on file, so we have. So
The
we
fact
have-
is, we've got 2 applicants. Whether
So
we
that
had-
is 2 new one.
Mhm.
Okay.
Whether we had 5 before, they haven't applied, so we've got 2 applicants.
Was there a
Oh,
deadline?
they applied because we
All
interviewed
5
them. We
reapplied?
interviewed them, yes, when they come and we picked one.
No,
No.
Commissioner, you sent out an ad and with a date to apply.
I'm.
Only 2 people have replied, whether
Okay, you're
we
talking
have
about.
gone, excuse me, I have the floor. Whether we go back to the other 5, and what you say, have any of those contacted anybody that they want to be interviewed again?
No,
Okay.
but I was actually looking for the 5 too.
Was there a deadline on
Yes.
when the applicants were supposed to be in?
The new one?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
When was that?
I don't know, because I didn't put it out.
You didn't put a deadline on it, when they had to be in?
Deb Newland put it out. So I don't know what the date is, what she put in for deadline.
You didn't ask her to put a date on it?
Yes, but I don't know what she put on.
What date did you ask her to put on?
I asked her for a couple weeks.
Which would be what?
Listen,
week?
I asked for it a while ago to put it on, and nothing happened. So I don't know which date she put it on, and what is there now, a couple weeks. Because we were busy for a while with a non-public minute taker first.
Well, normally when we
I
put
will
something
ask her
out,
again.
we put an RFP out, we are the ones that say they have to be in by such and such a date. Apparently, that wasn't done. Okay. How about the minutes for April 17th?
Well, I sent an email out because last week we didn't do the minutes from March 27th. Did you get a reminder?
I'm
To
looking at
bring
April
your-
17th, which was last week's minutes.
Well,
You had a chance to read them?
we tabled the minutes for 2 weeks from March 27th.
Yeah?
And I sent out an email because you said you had maybe changes, but you didn't have it with you for 2 weeks. So I'd like to go back and do it the March 27, 2013.
Well,
And I sent the email out for both commissioners, have your minutes with you for March 27.
Mr. Chairman, you asked for last week's. Are we doing last week's? I have the 27th here, but I believe you're chairman, and I think you asked for this week's.
I'm looking at April
But
17th
I'm reading
minutes.
the minutes.
We'll go back and pick those up in a minute, okay? April 17th. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes of April 17th.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any corrections or any discussion?
No?
All those in support of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and so voted. Okay, now we go back to March 27th.
Yes,
and
those
actually,
were tabled.
Commissioner Kenney did send out a reminder, and thank you very much for doing that, because I would have forgotten them again this week. The correction I wanted to make was down here on page, well, looks like page 2, the numbers are, and that was where I think it's important that we put in that the state isn't responsible for 50%. The state is currently paying 38%, and the counties are paying 62%.
May I ask where you are, which page? 2?
Page 2, and underneath the, on the part about the Bureau of Elderly and Adult Services.
Your pages are not numbered?
I got a number there.
Okay.
So, put in the numbers. So where is, I don't see it, what you want to change.
Well, it must be right here,
Oh, page 3 then.
right here.
So what did you want to change?
It says the state is responsible for the other 50%. The state is currently paying, as we heard at the meeting, 38%, and the counties are paying 62%.
Let's see, that's a minute.
Which page on?
It is March
page 3?
27th.
It's right here somewhere.
Okay, so it's like 60%.
And the state is responsible for the other 50. What you want to change that to is, instead of 50%, you want to change it to 38.
Well, you can leave it at 50%
Okay.
is a state responsibility. But in actuality, the state is only paying 38%, and the counties are paying 62%.
Okay.
Okay, I had that in there, though. Do you have any other further?
Yeah, well, I want to find out how you two felt. Up at the top, it says Commissioner Babson asked John if there are firms that specialize in municipalities, and John said yes, but added that his own firm did not bid in that area. He gave us a couple of names. Do you want to add those? I don't know what they were, but is it necessary to put them in there or not?
Are you on the same page, on page 3?
Yeah. I didn't think we should, but I just want to make sure you people felt the same way.
This is what it's talking about.
Where are you talking about? Up at the top?
Right there, the top, right above the same page.
All right,
Page 3?
you got different minutes here.
Well, maybe, I printed these out at home, so maybe that's the problem, David.
Oh, you have maybe different pages then. Is this it? Commissioner Babson asks about the details expected from audit. It's probably this.
Yeah.
And what do you want to add there?
No, I just was wanting to know whether you two felt it was important or not to put in the names of the companies that he mentioned for future reference. Frankly, I don't think it is.
I
but
don't know
wanted
what the
to.
names of the companies, I
No.
don't remember
No.
now.
Okay. And the other one was, in the next paragraph, Kathy said that they currently have a list of duties which the auditor will provide. Commissioner Kenney requested a copy of that. Wait a minute. Commissioner Kenney asked if we had received an engagement letter from our own auditor. Kathy answered that we go out to bid, they will give us an engagement letter. I don't think that's what was said. I think that the engagement, after you've hired them, the engagement
Yeah,
letter is sent out.
the contract I was asking for.
So what do you want to change on that, Commissioner Babson?
Just to, Kathy Gary answered. I just leave it, I just take out Kathy Gary answered that when they go out for bid for that, take that from and all the way through to engagement letter, because engagement letter goes out after you have committed yourself to the auditor. Well, I'm assuming, I think that's what he said, because why would you send something out that you have to look at if you're not gonna get the bid?
Yeah.
But then you have to take what I asked also out then.
No, 'cause you asked if we had an engagement letter, which is perfectly legitimate.
But then she has no answer. So you just put my answer in, my question in with no answer.
No, it should take out from after auditor,
Mhm.
and Kathy Gary answered that when we go out to bid, we will get the engagement letter, period.
Okay,
And Kathy said they currently have a list of duties which the auditor will provide.
okay, so we take that sentence out, that's good.
Okay,
You have more corrections?
No, that was it.
that's it.
And again, thank you for reminding me to bring these in.
And I made, I added one little sentence 2 weeks ago, but nobody had a copy.
Where was
That was
that?
on page 4. I just said I inherited the debts with no locks. It's right in the
And
middle.
where are you on this? On the general
It's under
comments?
Melissa.
Right here before Daymond Steer.
Paragraph starts with Melissa.
Melissa, okay. Melissa said,
Yeah.
no, Melissa Seaman shared.
Page 4,
Okay.
before Daymond
Melissa
Steer.
said she,
Here at the end.
right here, she wants to add on the bottom.
And what do you want to add on the bottom?
I said in the meeting that I inherited a desk with no locks.
She had a desk with no lock.
What?
She has a desk with no lock.
I inherited a desk with no locks. That is what I said at the meeting. She left it out, that's all.
Okay. Any other corrections?
No, that's it. So I make a motion to approve the minutes of March 27, 2013 as corrected.
Do I hear a second? Motion made second. Any further discussion? All those in support of the motion say aye.
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 Who seconded?
Commissioner Babson.
You did?
I thought you did.
You did.
Okay.
So who seconded now?
I did. Okay. Do we have any other minutes? Do
No.
we have any non-public minutes?
No.
Okay. Okay, then we go into the work session. You have items on your agenda for the work session, Commissioner Babson?
Yes.
Go ahead.
The first one is who is the next person? We asked Rob for his accounting of control of the money over at the nursing home. Who is the next person we're going to speak with? To whom are we going to speak?
Well, we probably ought to talk with the sheriff.
Sheriff?
They receive money.
Okay, well, let's make him the next one, and let's issue an invitation.
What is it going to be?
It'll be the sheriff in regards to the process that he uses when any money is processed through the sheriff's department. How often does he turn it into the business office and so forth.
How was it checked? What are the double checks on it?
Yeah. And then the next one would be the jail. They receive money from telephone that the inmates use.
Okay. Then after that would be the deeds.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll ask Sheriff Richardi to come in, or just send someone in that can explain the process to us from next week.
Yep.
We all agree that we should be getting these answers in writing.
Okay.
The procedure.
Yep.
What, next on my work list here
Go ahead.
is old age setting in, or didn't we do it? We asked Howard about the admissions policy in the nursing home, and we we're going to have a public meeting.
Right.
He set it and I didn't mark it down, or did we set one, or
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
May something, wasn't it?
May 7th
May
at
7th.
7 o'clock.
Thank you,
Public
Steve.
meeting.
May 7th, 7 o'clock.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Was it, go ahead. Before you go any further regarding that, in the minutes, I made a motion to accept the donation of a golf cart.
Oh, yes.
Commissioner Babson seconded and no action was taken. I'd like to go back to that, redo the motion saying that Commissioner Sorensen made a motion to accept the donation of a golf cart. Commissioner Babson seconded, and I would like to ask if there's any further discussion on that motion.
Okay, so you're on page 1?
Yeah.
Let me see.
See where it says no action was
Accept
taken?
Commissioner, yeah, make a motion, yeah. Yeah, really no action was taken. But I thought it was a motion made to accept the donation on it. So what are you changing? You put in all in favor?
I'm remaking the motion, since the minutes show that there was no action taken. We either that's wrong or we didn't take a vote. So what I'm asking for is I'll remake the motion to accept the golf cart for the nursing home.
And I will second it again.
Any further discussion on that motion?
I think we did make the motion.
I
and
did, but-
we did voted on it.
But there was no action was taken in the minutes.
Yeah, I think then we need to say no action was taken out and just say all in favor.
Okay? After we approve the minutes, now we're going to change them?
No, you
No,
can't do that. You have to make a
this-
motion this week.
this
or
here.
week.
Okay.
That is what you want to change. No action was taken, you want to change.
Okay,
You're
well,
going to
no.
change it in all in favor?
No, the motion, the minutes have already been approved, so I'm remaking the motion for this week's minutes, that I made a motion that we accept the golf cart for the nursing home. Commissioner Babson seconded. Any further discussion on that motion?
Why don't you just make amendment to the minutes?
Because the minutes have already been approved.
Yeah, I don't
So-
make an amendment.
I'll call for the vote. All those in support of that motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, nay. Then so voted.
How did Commissioner Kenney vote?
No, you could simply make amendment to the minutes and say it's all in favor, because that is what we do. This is just typed wrong, but we already voted in it and we accepted it
Yep.
at the last meeting.
Yep.
So just an amendment to the minutes and just take it out. We said all in favor, we said that, so it was right.
Motion's been
That's
made
wrong.
and seconded and
But to
voted
make-
on
to
that we
make a
accept the
new-
golf cart for the nursing home,
We
okay?
already did it last week.
How did you vote, Commissioner Kenney?
How'd you vote this time?
No.
No. Okay. All right, what else you got?
I would like to know why, since it's in a non-public, we can't go in a non-public session about it, why Commissioner Kenney would vote against a free golf cart that they could use over at the nursing home.
I already voted for it last week, and we said yes, all in favor, and I said yes.
So this week you changed your mind.
And what happened now, I already voted for it, I voted yes. I don't know why he have to make 2 motions for the golf cart.
Because
He
that's
could
the way,
simply, no, he could simply make amendment to the minutes and said, we did take action, it was all in favor, and then you change that.
All right, there's different
But I
ways.
don't know why you have to make a new motion.
There's different ways of doing it, and I did it this way. So you voted against it,
Yep.
correct?
Yep, no.
Okay, all
Because
right.
I already voted for
You
it.
got other items on your
yes,
list?
I do, I have
Go
several
ahead.
more. The email situation. I think I feel badly that I'm not in here to read the email and all the many copies we get sent to us. And I would like to suggest we discuss a better plan, which might be having Kathy Gary read them, or Cheryl read them, or whatever, and the ones that have to come to us for county business be sent to our home email address.
I thought that, didn't John set it up that you could read it? Because Commissioner Sorensen, you read it from your house or not?
I only read the ones that come to me. I have never called the office computer to find out what's on there. I think it was last week or the week before, I said that any emails that comes to me goes to Kathy Geary. Kathy Geary can then get in touch with me later by phone or whatever. So you're...
I'd like to do the same thing.
Okay.
I got a call from an individual that watches the videos regularly,
Mhm.
and he sort of chastised me for not reading the email and thought this was a better way, and I agreed with him, and I think I'd like to go that way.
Okay.
Can we set that up?
How would you like to do your email?
I'm reading the emails here when I'm coming here at the county. I'm reading it here.
Okay.
And the right to know requests will take usually 5 business days, are already going to the business office and we get copy. So this is fine. When I'm at the county, I will read the emails.
So you're going to read them off the county computer? Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time I'm at the county, I'm reading the email. Or I try if it is working.
Let me ask a question. When these 91As come in, who do they go to?
The 91As goes, I think different people used to go in the past, I believe, to Janice Sullivan.
Yeah.
I see people are sending it to, in the past, to Lori. They're sending it to the commissioner's email. They come here in public and give it here, sometimes to me. Or they go in the office and they give it to the people. So they go to different people.
Okay, since you, as the clerk, should respond to those, saying that we have received those, where's that one office that you would like to have them sent to?
All the right to know requests.
Yeah. So we don't lose them. If we got 3 or 4
Yeah,
people,
but I think it should be coming also to the commissioner's email.
to the
And,
commissioners.
yeah, or the business office, but you will also have people that coming in and walking. Like we had
Right.
last week, we had a
Yeah.
bunch of right to knows what they submitted. So it is actually up to the people how they submitted it. If they're coming here in person to submit it, if they're walking in the business office, or if they're sending it by email. We have a lot on the commissioner's email too, right to know requests.
My impression was we had it set up that they would go to the Human Resource
HR.
Department.
Yeah, but she's not here at this moment, so we don't have anyone for now.
Yes, we do.
We have Debbie. All right. So all 91A requests will go to the HR, okay?
I think
You agreeable to that?
no, I think it should go to the business office. Or at least I need to see them. I need to know what's coming in too.
That's why I asked you, where would you like to have them sent?
Well, then they all coming to the clerk of the commissioners. If they hand deliver it. If they send it by email, they need to send it to the business office because they are here every day.
Okay.
And copy the commissioner's email so we see what is coming in.
Okay, so you need to get any of those requests so that you can respond saying that we
If they
received them,
come
right?
here, I will accept them. If
Okay.
they come here in public, I will accept them. If
Okay.
they send it by email, they can send it to the business office and
Okay.
copy the commissioners too, so you see what's coming in.
Okay.
So what is the final determination? Where are they gonna go? Are they gonna go to HR? Are they gonna go to the business office?
Business office.
Or are they coming to us?
So we can, yeah, it need to come to us.
Point of order.
The clerk says that they should come to the commissioner's office, the business office, which means they should go to Kathy Gary.
It goes to Kathy, and normally we get CC on it, the commissioner's email, that is what I see.
Okay,
Point of order for clarification, please.
go ahead.
Earlier it was mentioned about monies and how they flow through various departments in regard to the next person to be selected to ask how this money flows through would be the sheriff, and then the president and so forth. What monies? Is it tax monies from the county, or is it the money?
No, there's different kinds. There's writ fees that come in through the sheriff's department. Telephone calls that are made by inmates go into the jail as an income. It shows up as a revenue on our budget. We just want to make sure that the process is done properly, correctly.
Well, the point of question would be what the monies were exactly.
Okay.
Okay. And also, when you brought back the question on the minutes, you went from the public session, right?
Yeah.
To a work session, and then you brought back the public session on the minutes in the work session.
So we can make motions in our work session?
You went from the public session and
Yep.
you made your decisions regarding the minutes.
Yep.
Accepting, you voted to accept the minutes. And
Right.
then you went into work session.
Yeah,
And then amongst the work session, you came back with
Yep.
the minute question.
I did.
Okay.
I did. Damon?
I guess I'm confused by Commissioner Babson's proposal to change the way emails are handled. Part of the reason why we had a commissioner email is so we know what you people are doing outside of the meetings. So there's a official government record of what commissioners are saying amongst each other, or what commissioners are telling somebody else. If you go to your private emails, then you're taking a step back in terms of transparency.
Can I answer that?
Well, let me try to answer it. The way I feel about it is it goes into Kathy Gary. Kathy Gary can call me on the phone and tell me whatever the subject is. If it has to be done, or an answer has to be given right away, I can poll the other commissioners, and we can get an answer. If it goes into the computer in our office, we're only there every Wednesday. The clerk could take them off then. It may be too late for 91A. That's where I see it. Go ahead, Commissioner Babson.
It in no way is an attempt to cloud transparency. Damn it. It comes in here, if Kathy Gary reads them, those are saved, so there's no question we're hiding anything. If she turns around and feels it's something we need to know, because we've got a 1-day deadline or a 2-day deadline, then we
She'll
can
get in
answer
touch
it.
with
And
us.
there's always a record here, so we're not trying to hide anything. You open that up, Damon, and every person on this complex copies, for some reason, thinks they have to copy the commissioners. And I don't have enough time in the day, because I'm a slow reader, to read all of the emails that come in. Kathy Gary can go over them and say, okay, this is important. I'll send a copy to the commissioners, and when we can respond, she'll have a record. We're not hiding anything.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Continue with your list.
Okay, the next thing, the same individual that called me up, we got discussing the policy book, and it isn't necessary to, according to him, to print out a whole bunch of copies. We can link it to we can put it on the web page with a link. person can read it, and the last page could be an agreement that they had read it and bring it in and sign it. He said we're wasting our time with a CD. This individual knows a lot more about technology than I do, but he said that's really all you really need to do is have it on the web page, have a hard copy here maybe for anybody that wants to look at it that doesn't have a computer. Can go to the library, can come here, can do whatever you want. And he said the important thing is just to have the last page, a PDF file that you can sign and prove that you read it.
Okay.
Made sense to me.
I said that in the beginning, but they say no, they have to go out and get bids, and it needs to be in paper form. I suggested this a while ago and asked the first thing, how are they going to distribute it?
Okay. Another item?
Yeah, I had an idea to talk to Howard about Farm Day, but he's not here today. The last one is the subcommittee or the delegation, I forget which at this point, charged us with coming up with a request for a proposal to do something with the old nursing home.
Yep.
I would recommend that each one of us write one up and come in next week with it, and we'll put our heads together and see if we can't come up with and then at that point send it to Representative Algren for his approval.
Okay.
Commissioner Kenney, are you aware of what they want us to send a proposal out on?
Yeah, she was there.
Can you, I don't know which proposal for what.
They want us to send out a proposal on what to do with
the old nursing home.
The front,
Oh, yes.
the front portion of the old nursing home.
Yes.
Roughly, it's 3,000 square feet.
Well, maybe we ought to check. I was under the impression that they asked us to do the whole building.
Oh.
With an addition, with the back part, because we've got to keep the heat unit. We have to keep and that if there's still plenty of space behind there, that would be in the proposal, as well as you said, if you want to keep the front 3,000 square feet. So I think we all ought to write up a proposal and bring it in next Wednesday and see what we can figure out.
What to do with the front page of the old nursing home?
No, the whole thing, whatever.
Would you get in touch
mean
with Representative Algren?
Yes.
And make sure that we're putting this RFP out correctly? Because it was my understanding that we were going to put it out for the front portion.
Right. And
They said that they would keep the core section except for the front, and that as long as it didn't go over $1 million, that they would put a new roof on it and just the envelope, do nothing inside. And that the front portion, if we found somebody that would lease that, that would be fine, as long as whoever leased it had to put the money in themselves. There would be no taxpayer money going into the front.
Okay.
Front portion.
I will get a hold of Representative Algren.
Okay.
Damon, I won't be sending it out to you. I'll find out what he said, and we'll come up with a proposal for next week. I'll send it to the other two members.
Okay.
And make sure we get it cleared up. And whatever he tells us is what we'll work up our proposal on.
Okay.
You said for the whole thing, Commissioner Babson, but this is without the 4 wings.
What?
You said for the whole thing, the RFP is for the whole thing, but it is without the 4 wings.
Oh, yes, without the 4 wings. Right. The 4 wings are gone.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's my list for today.
Are we going to send the RFP also out for that electronic filing? What are we going to do with that?
Say that again?
The electronic filing, are we going to send out the RFP to?
What,
The electronic filing?
electronic filing,
Yeah.
correct.
Are we going to send the RFP out to?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay.
I think we're going to wait until we hear, right, from Roger Smith? Electronic filing?
No, he wasn't going to say any. I just suggested to Melissa what I would do, and that would be let him speak to the delegation.
Delegation.
They got to fund it.
Yeah.
But I believe that Becky Mason was here. She said she can find that money in her nursing home budget. Didn't she say that?
And she can find it because they'd be saving money that would be spent for filing cabinets and other pieces of equipment. That's where she would come up with the money
For her share.
for her share, right? So,
I didn't hear that she said
we-
her share.
Are we talking about the same thing now?
Yes, the filing, the electronic filing.
So electronic filing is what Melissa did?
That was part of the whole changing the process over.
Okay. So
I
we can't.
believe she's talking about DocStar that was
Yep.
here and going out for quote.
Is there a difference between the two? What Roger Smith would do and what DocStar would do?
As I said, I got there late, and that's why I think it's important that the whole delegation here, I think he was, one of his concepts was centralizing the whole system.
Okay. So I guess your answer to your question is no, we won't send it out.
I don't think
Okay.
we have enough, it's a good idea, but we don't have enough information, I don't think, at this point.
Right. Okay. You got anything else on your list?
Nope, that's complete, but today.
Okay, I think we need to consider looking at our boundary lines of our county land. I think we need to pursue that, even if we only do a section at a time. We need to make sure that nobody is encroaching upon our property. Towns do it every 10 years. We need to do it. We haven't done it in at least 12 years that I've been here, and probably prior to that. The only thing that has been done was Peter Pohl's forestry manual.
And he didn't do it with that?
I'd have to go back and look, but that's the only thing that's been done that
Right.
would show anything that's been done on our property. He sectioned it off, but I don't know whether he flagged it, or whether he found the cornerstones, or, so we'll look at that forestry plan, I guess. Okay, do you have anything for a work session?
We're going to look at the resumes of the HR position, is it correct?
Yeah, but we'll do that.
So, no of the commissioners consider a county administrator at this point?
No,
So you
We will look
consider
at those,
a HR director again?
yep. Okay, next on the list then is Debbie Newland.
Do I need to go get her?
Yeah, because she's got something for public, and right after she gives us whatever it is for public, then we'll go into,
No.
we'll go into public comment, and then we'll go into non-public for the rest of the day.
Oh, that's right. You know, maybe we could get Representative Merrill to walk the boundaries. He loves to do that for the town of Ossipee.
Oh, does he?
Give him a free meal, he'd probably do it.
Are the commissioners really supposed to walk the boundary of the county?
Excuse me?
Are the commissioners really supposed to walk the boundary of the county?
I'm not sure we're supposed to I'm not sure we're supposed to walk it, but we're responsible for it.
Wouldn't it be easier to ask the towns who are responsible for it anyway? Just, you know, the border towns with Maine and the border towns with the other counties, just to ask them if they have a conflict?
To do what, David?
Yeah,
The towns on the border of the county
yeah.
are already responsible for doing the perambulation of their borders. So it just be.
They can do it whenever they want. Normally, it's done every 10 years.
Right, but instead of sort of reinventing the wheel, you could say, I think Wakefield's on the border of Maine. Ask Wakefield if they've had a problem with encroachment from Maine or ask,
I guess what I'm looking for right now, I know what you're talking about, and that probably needs to be done too, but what I'm looking for is the county property. Our property, our 800 acres.
okay.
That's what I am mainly interested in, but you brought up an interesting subject in that we probably, as county commissioners, ought to know the property or the boundary lines of Carroll County. And that could be done by towns.
I see.
Oh, that's what you were referring to.
I thought you were referring
I thought
to
you were a
the
little
entire county,
off on
actually.
your
That's a
geography,
big project.
David.
Yeah,
No, we're talking about the 900 acres we have here.
yeah,
But that's also a very good point.
Yeah.
If,
Yeah.
find out if the surrounding towns, which would be Ossipee, Wolfboro, and Tuftonboro, if they have recently done theirs and found any problem, and if they say yes, then we could go look at it.
yeah.
No, I was also thinking like the border of the county itself, you know.
Yes. Well, I was wondering how you got
Yeah.
to Maine. Yes, I don't know about that. You like to fish, why don't you take your fishing rod in a pack and start walking? And only keep the trout that are legal.
Last week I mentioned a county sign being taken down.
Right.
Listen,
Right,
was there anything checked in on about that, or?
I did not.
And I did not.
Well, that's all right, I mean, it's been going on for 8 months, and, but, you know, there's a confusion there where the county, I don't know if, did you ever drive down Ash Street? It's right down by your way. It's headed toward Middleton, number 11.
Yeah, I
Did you
didn't
ever-
check up on that.
Street signs are the responsibility of the state, and one of the boundary signs, county signs are.
Which,
It'd have to be put on state property. I would think state would be responsible for it.
Good point. Is Deb coming?
What did we
in?
find out from Debbie?
Debbie's not coming into public. She has only something for non-public.
Oh, okay. Then we'll open it up for any public comment.
So we just take her out for.
Because I
for
think
public.
the rest of the meeting will be in non-public. We got Debbie Newland, we got Becky Mason, we got Kathy Gary. So I'll open it up for any public input. If anybody's got anything, Mr. Brown?
The camera, security cameras over at the jail
Correct,
that didn't go out to bid,
correct.
and you have no number to go with that,
It was in the budget.
but did
It was approved by the county delegation.
the company place a number to what it's going to cost?
I'm sure they did with Jason.
But the commissioners are unaware of the number.
All I know is what we approved in the budget.
But you have no clue of what the cost is going to be on that contract.
What was approved in the budget, I believe, was $40,000. I could be wrong on that.
What was approved in the budget and what the price of that is on the contract are two totally separate items.
Okay?
Do you
It's
have
not to
any
exceed 40
idea of how much that company says it's going to cost to fulfill that contract?
It's not to exceed $40,000.
So you're leaving it up to the company to come up with a figure after the fact?
I'm leaving it up to Jason Johnson, who's responsible for the jail, the operation and running of the jail.
Up to 40,000?
Correct.
As long as
Whatever
they-
that figure was that the delegation approved, I believe it was 40,000.
So as long as that company comes in at $40,000 or less, that's okay?
Yep.
Even if the job is only worth 10,000?
I believe Jason's letter had a figure in it.
No, I
I'm
didn't,
not sure,
I didn't
but I
have a
think it
figure.
did.
But
Not
I
that I
believe I went to the jail subcommittee meeting, and I think they were talking about, that was actually submitted that it was going to be around 40,000. But they were talking about that maybe it could, we could get it for less. I believe Representative Smith said something, or McConkey said it was very high, that we could it probably for less.
We'll follow up and report to you next week. What that figure is. Any other public comment? Okay, then we'll make a motion to move into non-public with Debbie Newland, Becky Mason, Kathy Gary.
Are they all coming for what, personnel or?
Personnel.
All three?
I believe so.
So you make a
Them not
motion?
here, I don't know. I would assume that it's all personnel. I make that a motion?
Yeah.
I'll second.
Point of order.
Yeah.
To go into non-public, you have to be specific.
I'm saying personnel. If there's
You
anything that's,
can't assume.
if it's not personnel, we won't discuss it.
Maybe we could hold a, I don't know, I don't want to get an argument with
Okay.
it. We said personnel and that's it.
Personnel.
Well, the word assume was also stated.
That's right.
You can't assume
Okay.
anything going into non-public, you have to be very specific.
Personnel.
That's why I always ask.
Made the motion, it's been seconded.
If-
Roll call?
If we have the agenda, if they're coming into non-public, maybe they can also state it, why they're coming for on the agenda. I asked for it, I think, last year. Commissioner Babson?
Yes.
Commissioner Sorensen?
Yes.
Commissioner Kenney? Yes.
Mr. Chairman, are we formally in non-public
Non-public.
session now?
9:30?
Yes.
I just put a time on it.
Yes.